Yes, greetings family. This is Bomani Timeline with my good brother.
Yeah, Azar, give thanks.
And we are just here networking and just talking about a lot of those wonderful things going on in our community and our society and our black world. And one of the things that we want to talk about is black female and male relationships and share a different perspective as far as us as a people, our relationships that we have here in Black America, but also the relationships that we have in different parts of the diaspora and also the African continent, which is all part of our black world. So one of my big conversation is, should black men in America only deal with and date black women in America?
Whoa.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it, family. We're gonna talk about it.
I feel like, me, I really lean a lot towards like the Marcus Garvey philosophy, where it's just
they want to make sure they see your eyes.
Okay, can you? Okay, true. I feel like me myself, I do really lean towards the Marcus Garvey philosophy. Speaking of Africans first, race first. I'm not saying that that's selective, because the African race is not selective to just America alone. So as long as you're, dating within the, so-called African race or the African genotype, then I feel like that would be best. And even just for even genetics as well too, because the African has like a higher or superior genetics, you know what I'm saying, because of how every human being came out of the African. So I don't see why you wouldn't want to, if you're African male in America, I don't know why you wouldn't date an African cisgender that's either in America or that's from, Africa or Gabon, Australia, as long as you're staying within the race.
Yeah. Right. What about Brazil?
Brazil? Oh yeah, Brazil would be.
What about Black Brazil? To be specific, because family, what we want to be clear, we're not dealing with any kind of interrelationship communication or talk. We're talking about straight up black love, black nation building. But one of the things is there's energies of brothers that have been just connecting with sisters in Brazil and sisters also in the African continent. And I know of this because these are people that I know and deal with. I deal with a lot of brothers that travel to different parts of the world and everything. And the thing that I'm always pushing for them, because some of our brothers end up in countries like England, and it's like dangerous there, because like all you see is just more mixed couples than anything else, and and you end up just seeing how these things just destroy us as a people. That's why we push race first. So I'm always encouraging brothers to go to more of the tropical parts of the world, because the tropical parts of the world we ain't gonna see.
Exactly.
Exactly. So if you've been building for a while and you don't feel like you have met the sister that you've been yearning to meet, or someone that you feel like you can really build your black nation with, we are proposing that you take journeys with us to different countries that we go to, Ghana, Brazil, different parts of Africa, different parts of this, anywhere in the diaspora, like Haiti, Dominican Republic, and connect with our brothers and sisters. And it's not just, I'm speaking from a black man's perspective, I'm also saying for the sisters also, that there's brothers out there in the African diaspora and also the African continent, different parts of the black world, that love to connect with you, and it will just work well, because what I'm also saying is that the culture in America is a certain specific way, but when you go everywhere else, like you mentioned your trip to Jamaica and or even more so
I really
Ghana.
want to build on that.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So like pretty much what he was saying, like as soon as you go outside of the States, like you see and you come into a whole nother culture, like you encounter a whole nother culture. So say for instance, if you're an African male and you go to, I guess I'll just speak from my experience. If you go to the Virgin Islands, right? If you go to the Virgin Islands, even though it is still United States territory, it's still like it has like a really strong African energy attached to it. Like you'll only see, Europeans like in the touristy areas, but when you go to the real Virgin Islands and everything, especially St. Croix, is very African dominant. So as soon as you go there, you just notice, that the culture, especially the mindset of the women, is totally different than the mindset of the women that's in America. You see what I'm saying? Now, knowing the history of colonialism in America against the African male and the African woman, we both understand that there is war on the black family, on the African family. So, you know, I'm sure a lot of you all are familiar with Willie Lynch and, you know, different things like that. We've definitely been infiltrated, you know what I'm saying? Our mindsets have been infiltrated, and we still live in the European, how can I say, the European zone. You know, like we're so close together in America, but
that means you're living in their culture, right?
Yes,
culture is
exactly.
Culture is like a way of life. It's the way I eat my food, the way the clothes I wear, the way I carry myself, the way I do my spiritual blessings, and the elements of the surroundings. So you would literally say that black people in America are
living in their culture. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. Okay, yeah. So like we're living in their culture every single day. Now, mind you, even though Jamaica or African countries or, you know, countries like that, they were colonized by European nations, but they're no longer like living there, you know what I'm saying? But we're living in this European culture all the time. So Jamaicans and Africans and stuff like that, they was able to still hold on to some of the culture. Now, mind you, like when like our people go to church and they catch the Holy Ghost and blah blah blah,
into the spirit.
Right, like that still has African ties, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just in our DNA. But I'm saying from a behavioral perspective, how we behave as Africans, you know, in different aspects of our culture within America is different. You know, like the women I see outside of America is totally different.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we have to really talk about. Sometimes people don't get where I'm coming from when I say that, because I spent the last 18 years of my life traveling to like 30 different countries and 5 different continents. From when I was in the Navy at 18 to now 39 years. So literally from 18 to like 36, been to different countries and met a lot of different people, different parts of the world. And most of those trips of lately in the last 10 years, I've been to the African continent, or I've all really been to the African continent. So I spent a lot of time just being in different parts of Black Africa, meeting different black people, and it's amazing when you go to different countries and you see the different personalities of sisters, and you only thing that you can think of is like the culture has to be the main factor of why our women are so different in different parts of the world.
Exactly.
And then the culture have to be a big part of why black men are catching hell in America, dealing with the system turning against us women and vice versa. So we're literally being played by the system, by this culture, to go against each other, and to the point where some of us feel like, I don't want a black woman or I don't want a black man. They're gonna deal with someone. They're gonna deal with an Asian or European.
Right.
And to me, that's counterproductive. That's senseless, and that just like don't make any sense, because it's like, how is that gonna fix our problem? And I'm always open to people to really just bring some hardcore facts and truth that how interracial relationship is fixing our problem.
Right.
It's not. So we're just advocating that if brothers are complaining and sisters are complaining that they can't find compatible soulmates in America,
they may be experienced outside.
Where you have more cultural black men and black women, and maybe that will balance our unbalance in cultural sense, which people might not get that, but it's like you have to really just start opening your minds to that black people are everywhere else, in all other places, and they're not just specifically here in America, and you just have to really look at these things.
True. Yeah, I totally agree, because it's just like, so they say is that, Americans, or so-called African Americans, we may have more of like a financial resource, so they say. But the Africans that's on the continent, or Africans that's living in other parts of the world, they have more of a spiritual connect. They're more culturally connected. I would take spirituality and culture over money any day. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like as long as you're living harmonious and you're living righteously, and culture is more rich than money rich. You understand what I'm saying? Because if we look at the ancients, like the indigenous cultures and everything like that, I think money is more of like a modern thing. Like I think like we've always been bartering since the ancients of time, but I feel like just money and having like paper, and we're exchanging paper, rather than being connected to the creator or the source, or being connected in tune with nature, and knowing how to treat your fellow brethren and sisters, and knowing how to live in a community. Even the African households, even in America, how the brother was saying earlier, how like the black man's put against the black woman, and the black woman's being put against the black man. It's just like it's all like a big system, because they know as soon as you have that trinity, black man, black woman, black child,
yes,
you can really do
which is the definition of a family. A family is a black man, black woman, and a child.
And that's what a nation
no
begins.
other combination. Just to clear that up with people who might not be clear that what we're talking about is nation building, nothing else. We are not for anything that's not going to build a nation. And people getting with each other of the same sex does not fix that problem.
Right.
So so we're not lashing out on anybody. We're just saying for people to focus on what we're talking about: black nation building,
right.
Black female and male relationship, and what we can do to strengthen that energy, to be better brothers and better sisters and better people to each other. Because the biggest thing you have to look at, our children are watching, regardless if you have children or not. Our children, meaning our children around the world, like 12 years old and younger, they're looking, and whatever we do, they're gonna mimic our behavior, and it's hard for us to really just understand that sometimes. But that's the reality of it. I look at my little son at 6 years old. It's like a little mini me.
yeah, true.
So I have to start set my game. I have to just be careful, because he's like literally just adapting a lot of things. He's like my little technologist, and he's always trying to make sure that he comes on the next Africa tour. You're not leaving me, right? So so I realized that and it took me just a while to really understand that over the years as being a father. The 6-year journey just really laid that out to me, that we just really have to be responsible with the way we carry ourselves, the outlets that we push, and the things that we're about, and also not to just think about ourselves. Because sometimes people have certain behaviors or certain things that they're involved with, and only thing they can just think about themselves and their happiness. Our individual, our global greatness and our race first is more important than any of our individual happiness and things like that. So some of us are gonna have to make sacrifices. Just like me and my brother, we're gonna leave this plush, great America with all these great buildings and all these plantation jobs that pay us 6-figure salaries and all these wonderful things that we could just be here, just waiting for white folks to validate us. But no, we're not gonna do any of that. Come on, we're gonna build the future that we need to build in Africa. We're gonna literally go to the center of the country, Ghana, and go up to Techiman and literally build sustainable communities based on the science of who we are. We have enough documentation, research, work, manpower, knowledge, and everything. So family, I'm also just tell you that we have to keep it black and keep it strong. Anything else down is a watered down version.
Exactly. Because Chinese, the so-called European Jewish people, Indian people, they come over here and they set up shop. And they look at us like, whoa, you done been in this country, for however long. I just came over here within the last 50 years, and I got more than you done been over here 400 or 500 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's in a sense where when we realize that it is a system that is set up against us to break down the black family, our finances, just any sort of idea to connect us back with the African descent, or the African race, you know what I'm saying, to really build us, you know what I'm saying, it's really just a system. So as long as you see through it and you keep books on hand, you got your internet on hand, this is the information age. If you don't know, you just choosing not to know, but you can actually go out there and research and really know these things for yourself and understand how the world is shifting, because we know what happened, you know what I'm saying, in Europe, and how Europe just came into the whole world and just study, and then you understand why we say race first, Africa first,
Absolutely, family. I definitely appreciate my brother sharing that with me out, because a lot of times after this, we reach out to some of our brothers to just check with them to make sure that I'm not going crazy and I'm not insane. Because when I talk about things like that, my next wife I'm looking to build with is going to be from Ghana. I love women in Ghana. I feel like the sisters that I met in Ghana, they have the elements of the pieces that we can bring together to really build that nation. And some brothers might feel like I met some incredible women in Brazil, and I really feel like this is what I can build for the future. But it's really just let's think outside of the box, but still keep it black. And let's be realistic and of the things that are currently just going on here. That's why I'm always pushing for us to work on repatriation. So the sense of everything I'm really looking to do and connect with other brothers is for us to really make a conscious move away from this system and little by little. I know it's not something you do overnight, and it starts with the relationships that we have with our own people, and us treating each other better, and us having a better level of respect for us. It's just shameful when you see, when you're online and you see the amount of this hatred towards brothers and sisters, how they treat each other, and and one aspect, brothers pushing this aspect that the black women are the problem, then you have another aspect, the black women pushing that the brothers are the problem, and it's like where's the mutual accountability of the situation?
Right.
How can it be one-sided and not the balance of it? So that's one thing we also want to clear up with our folks.
Right, exactly. Because like even just from my experience, like when I went to Ghana, it was in a sense where it was two mothers, where they actually came to me and said, "Do you have a wife?" I was like, "No, I don't have a wife at the moment. Take my daughter for a wife." Like she had pointed to her daughter, like, "Do you want her for a wife? Do you want to take her for a wife?" I'm talking about like young, like I can like guide her and just like mold her, stuff like that. Like, it's just amazing. Like the culture is different now. If you come over here to America and you don't know someone's daughter, they're like, "Yo, like that's a total different culture there." Like, no, you get to know my daughter at least 2 or 3 years, and then maybe we can discuss marriage. So it's like a total different thing, so you can create your reality however you want to create your reality. So American women, for my brothers, is not just like the only option that you can do. There are some American women that are definitely on it, definitely with the Afrocentric liberty, the African mentality, but then there's also sister that's in Africa, Brazil, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, that's also, there's another choice as well. So however you choose to create your reality, just know Africa first, Africa for the Africans. As long as you keep it black, nothing will go out of whack. Keep it black and nothing will go out of whack.
Absolutely. That's that strong energy that we're looking to share. But it's a really important conversation. Family, what we're talking about is black female-male relationship from a global perspective.
True.
So we have taken you out of America and we're putting you around the globe and showing you this world of beautiful black people.
True.
We have been colonized, enslaved. When you look at the global perspective of us as black men and black women, so we're gonna have our flaws and our issues of things, and once again, dating another race is not the solution to that problem. Mm-hmm. That problem is within us, and that's why we keep repeating the energies, and you see the colors, the titles, the things that we're pushing, and we're about what we say we're about. It's not just a gimmick, and none of us are out here being perpetrators or trying to hustle anybody. We're just out here bringing it to you live because we love black people. I love my brothers and sisters in America, and I love my brothers and sisters everywhere else outside of America also, and I would love to see more of us unite and build together, and also I'd just love to see more brothers and sisters from here married brothers and sisters from outside of America.
Right.
And as we work, yeah, absolutely, go ahead.
Okay, true. Just real quick, even just knowing that even on a biological scale, how our biology is naturally, like the strongest. Like melanin, like the more melanin rich you are, like the stronger your genes are, the more in tune in nature you can be. You know what I'm saying? So not only just starting a family just for the sake of starting a family, but also you're choosing your mate also off of genes as well. So it would just be wise to stay, stay African, stay black, because African and black, that's like the strongest, that you can put your seed into. The black woman is the strongest soil on this earth that you can put your seed into. So yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick.
Absolutely, but I definitely appreciate you breaking it down.
Yeah.
The other folks know, because we want to make sure that we don't miss anything.
Yeah.
And it's something that we have to this process what really our focus. Because one of the things that I know for sure and I'm clear on is that the level of divorce and the level of separation and the level of child support issues and the level of this black hatred towards us treating each other is just unacceptable. And it's like there's no way our ancestors are flipping, rolling in their graves based on what they see us doing. And in order to restore glory, we need to fix and check this. We have sisters out there that we call the classic bed wenches. Just like people I know, black women in England, and I have to speak about England because I have family up there. I have not been love for my cousins because all of them are with black Jamaican women or black women in general. So I appreciate them. So I'm definitely not talking about you, fam. But I'm talking about other people that I know. We're in a classic case. Sisters that I know. Instead of connecting with a brother like myself, we just, who's someone that's just building and someone that has something to work with. But I don't come from a rich family. They chose to be with the white man from the rich family, and it does break a brother heart, because here I am as a black man trying to get with you, and then I would really prefer you just get with a black man that has something else to move on more than me, versus getting with a white man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and the only reason why the sister was getting with white man is because the rich family, so that's what a bedwench is, right? Someone, a sister who get with a white man for economical privilege.
True.
And that's sick and disgusting. And letting our sisters know you have a lot of wonderful brothers on a global scale, and we're looking to connect with you. We're looking to build family and build that nation. And we're dead serious. And you're not going to see any of us with any white women. We're dead serious.
Right.
You can, there's cameras all over the place. You can trail us and watch us. You're not going to get that.
Right. My seed will not touch that soil at all. It will be a melanin dominant soil. It will not touch recessive soil at all.
Straight up genetic annihilation, black on black love.
Exactly.
If you have an issue with the other folks that are in your way and doing the kind of stuff you do to doing all kind of things to us, the better we can connect and do things with each other, it solves those problems. We don't have to show any hate or even attention to other race of people. We just need to focus on ourselves.
True.
And those problems will solve themselves.
It's self-love. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not even trying to put out hate. It's just having love of self. Having love of self. We gotta love ourselves and stop trying to step, outside of self to try and solve those internal issues. Internal issues is only going to be solved internally. You can't go outside of self. So, got to.
Yes, my brother. Appreciate you dropping the science. Let me know if there's anything else we need to talk about in this discussion of black relationships.
Oh, black relationships.
People probably want to know if you're married, and if not, have you taken some of those proposals?
Oh, it's like. Okay, yeah. So at the present moment, I am single. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely no ring and everything on my finger. I haven't put the ring on the queen's finger just yet. I'm actually going to be very, very wise, because I actually grew up in a household where it just wasn't a balance in my household. Like, my father wasn't really in my household like that. My mother, she tried to put me around positive male influences and everything. I got 2 other brothers and everything. So I'm definitely, for the next generation, I'm gonna definitely set it right. And so right now I'm just building on my wisdom, my knowledge, and my understanding. I'm building on my travels right now, my finances, to make sure that I'm set. So as soon as that family does come into fruition, I make sure that everything is set. And so I'm also still evolving within my mind, so I don't want to make a decision right now. I might come up to some more information a year down the line, but I'm like, dang, I'm already married. Like, who's to say I can't get 2 wives when I'm in Nigeria? Who's to say I can't have 3 wives when I'm in Nigeria?
Hey, brother, it's about nation building, and and it's one of those things where sometimes sisters might not be feeling that, but we got brothers talking about multiple wives and things like that. It's a reality.
It's kind of a sensitive topic.
It is, but at the same time too, it's a realistic situation. And I have to, me personally, I can barely deal with one. Because I haven't learned those talents to be multi-talented. Because most of my time is focused on work. But I'm definitely looking to connect with my Ghana queen, and us to build that nation. If she decides that we need to have more children, and she's not going to be the one that want to have the children, we just do some straight nation building. Add another wife, you expand the kingdom, and make certain moves. And sisters always want to know as well, if you guys can have multiple wives, what about them? And I have to really get my tour guide in front of the camera, Kwabin Albaka, to answer that, because he explained to me it's a cultural thing, that it's not the way the culture works. But at the same time, too, like I explained to your family, one woman is good for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but the culture in Africa allows that in the culture, and it's a real part of the culture. So for those who are interested in that, the best thing for you to do is just learn the culture, and also note that it's not one of those situations where you can just have a bunch of beautiful African sisters and just be irresponsible.
It comes with something.
It's about responsibility. It ain't about nothing else. And that's why people like myself, is is more focused on one wife, because it's like some people work out like that, but it's one of those things we want to make sure we put that in conversation, because you have classic men from like Saudi Arabia or just the Arab world, and or just Muslim faith, and that might be written into their culture and things like that. But I believe if that's going to be a situation that's going to go down, we have to make sure that you always respect the African black queen, and sure. And not every woman is going to be open for that, and it's a situation where where for the people who are into it, they understand certain things, or understand certain things. I saw Brother Polite, and he has a few wives, and I'm trying to remember a few brothers else that I know that I can think of that have multiple wives, and then all the brothers realistically that I've known, even one of the brothers that came on my trip from California in 2007, he had 2 wives. For some reason, they're able to work it out to where they live in harmony, and I'm like, you guys are, and I was like, you guys got some multiple skills, because some of us have a hard time with one wife.
True. I totally agree. So like I just pretty much want to just throw that out there. Just know like that's always an option. You know what I'm saying? But definitely always build monogamy first. You know what I'm saying? Like before that even comes into mind. Like
the foundation.
Be in a steady. Monogamous, because kind of like how the brother said, like even just maintaining one relationship or just one person, like that's enough. So definitely build your relationship, and just know it takes a black man and black woman to have a black child. So we're pro-life, and then just knowing that you just got to know yourself, and your queen got to be on the same frequency as you. Y'all got to be equally yoked. Y'all pretty much got to have like the same thinking mind, the same perspective, so that it won't be something that'll come up, down the line where you're just like, okay, that's kind of a void there, because I want to step to the left, but you want to step to the right, but I'm trying to step in the middle with you, but we're going in different directions, but I'm trying to walk on so just make sure that y'all are on one accord, and y'all are kindred, y'all are kindred spirits, and y'all can build,
Absolutely, and just appreciate you sharing that, man. We covered a lot of wonderful things, and what I want to share with share family is to my beautiful African sisters out there and sisters in Black America. A brother is still single, still taking applications and resumes. So definitely, before I finalize my move to this deal with my my Ghanaian queen, I'm still open because I'm heading back in Ghana in May, and before I hit that 40 mark, looking to get to that point where you've gotten to the point of consciousness to where you're clear on how you want to build your black family, and the community that you want to build, and the people that you want to build around with, and that way you have families of people building in communities to where we can have a good example to show our children of the future that we can live in harmony as black men and black women, and we can do things and make things happen. So that's one of the greatest things that I'm also sharing with everybody that's listening. And please do not focus so much on the title of our videos and 1 or 2 things that we say. Just try to understand, understand the overall perspective of what we're coming at. It's about black African nation building.
First and foremost, seek to understand first, and then add your comment and just reason. But definitely just hear us out, and just listen, and just from our experience, as black men, living in America at the present moment.
Absolutely, and we want to show enough love to our brother Ross Isis and Vegan Dreams, and
definitely
the juice bar, and just a wonderful energy here. Just had some food here earlier and some drinks. It's always good to be here. Our family definitely come out here in the historical part of Atlanta, the West End. We're right here by I-20, I-75, 85, not too far from 285. It's like the center of
consciousness,
Atlanta, Georgia consciousness. So come on through and check our brother. We'll put the links up in the description box. Show some love. We're always pushing black entrepreneurship at the highest level. And as an entrepreneur, can you say something in closing?
Oh yeah, definitely. You all can actually check me out on my YouTube at Zaylock23. My Instagram is Wiselocks, and just create something. Definitely create something, because you have a brilliant mind, a creative mind. So first is start, and then it's form, you know? So bring your thought into form, into your physical reality, and create your reality. One perfect love.
All right, family, keep it black, keep it strong, keep it African.
That's it, love.